What's up, guys? Welcome back to a little bit of a special event we're having here, the 2v2 Pro King of the Hill. My name is axslav. I am joined by axslav. This is an intermission between the round of 16 and the round of 8 of the winter exhibitions that we have been covering and will continue to cover. Of course, we're down to our final 8 in that tournament, and that resumes tomorrow with Bly versus Vibe, and then on Friday with Marine King versus Huck. It's gonna be on Friday. That's gonna be awesome. Quick plug, youtube.com, or our YouTube channel, youtube.com/officialmlgsc2 if you miss anything that you see on screen. All of these matches will be there. All the matches we've had in winter exhibitions will be there, 1080p. So definitely check that out if you miss anything. That being said, I think these players are ready.
Let's do it, man.
So, shall I hit start? I'm just going to assume they're... I mean, I asked if they were ready like a minute ago, and I think all of them said they were. So, I mean, I'm starting the game. Hope you don't mind.
We'll see.
Hope they don't mind.
Hopefully Destiny's ready. I think he's the one guy that may... we'll see.
He was ready.
We can always pause it or restart, whatever.
So it's going to be Destiny and Minigun.
Yes.
Versus our winners from the last game, Drewby and Vibe. Do you know the history behind Destiny and Minigun and their 2v2? Look, they're all making workers, so they're all ready.
Okay, all good. All good. As long as they're all making workers, or of course they were intentionally not making workers.
Oh gosh, and so it begins.
The gift of guns and brooches. Of course, that's what GAB stands for.
I'm not reading the chat right now, but I'm using my powers to sense what's going on in there, and I feel
the guns refers to the immortal cannons, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Guns and brooches.
Yeah, immortals and roaches. Yeah, I think that's the this idea there. Of course, I actually, when I used to play in some 2v2 tournaments and stuff, I would run up against him sometimes, and they could be tough, man. I remember what was most tough was Destiny's. His infestors are they're like little ninja guys that pop up absolutely everywhere. He's one of the most.
You know, Vibe impressed me in the last game with those things.
Oh, he did. So Vibe. For conventional skill, Vibe is just a much stronger player than Destiny as far as macro, micro, and using infestors in an actual battle, right? Vibe pulled the running retreat off with the infestor swarm modes very, very well. But Destiny, he's a guy with the ninja tricks, right? You know, if you go head to head with him, yeah, maybe Vibe's a stronger player, right? I think that's not hard to say. But Destiny has got tricks up his sleeve. He'll burrow those infestors everywhere. And then he'll type to you, and then when you're responding back to him is when they strike, and you're busy typing, and all infested Tyrants kill your workers. He's clever, man.
And you know, he's been playing a lot of League of Legends, and the infestor fungal is now kind of a skill shot. So I feel like maybe that play could be helpful.
You're right.
In using those infestors.
So we see some similar play coming out from Vibe and Drewby. Drewby going again for that fast Reaper play, very fast actually. Wait, he got, that was as an 8. So he did an 8 depot, 8 barracks. A very, 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 very fast Reaper action here. And he's going to delay his orbital command, cut massive SCVs to get that second barracks up. So very similar to last game. Heavy committal to early units, very low econ from Drewby. Vibe going for the speeding opening, taking all the drones off gas after he starts the speedlings. So we can then get that economy up and start the hatchery a little bit later down the road. Destiny, delaying that gas to get the faster hatchery. And Minigun is just playing a pretty standard Protoss Ogre. The question is, how much damage can Reapers do? If Drewby and Vibe can't get anything done early, they're going to be pretty far behind because Drewby's economy is really just not
a similar-ish build to last game. Of course, in the bottom right, we do have the Root team who won in the first game. We got Drewby and Vibe. And, of course, in the top left, we got Guns and Brooches. Minigun, Chad Jones, and, of course, Stephen Bonnell II, a.k.a. Destiny here, as the pink Zerg. Both choosing the pink type color. And that Zealot looks really cool. I think Minigun has the skin for that. Or they changed Zealots in Heart of the Swarm without me knowing it in the past 10 minutes. Alright, so Drewby coming forward with 2 Reapers. 1 Zealot is not going to be enough to deal with that. And do we have a response? We have 6 Lings in production here. I don't see speed here for Destiny. Here comes the Mothership Core, which is going to essentially shut down that Reaper play, at least on Minigun side of things. But here comes some Lings to help supplement. Speed is almost done for Vibe, so this is going to be a bit scary. Destiny definitely needs those Banelings out as fast as possible. The Baneling nest is only halfway done, making a spine, and Minigun is desperately trying to wall this off.
We know one thing very different on this map than the other one is that they can make a united defense here, right?
Yeah.
And the united defense makes it much, much harder for the Reapers to get in. Oh, Reaper, one Reaper goes down.
By. There goes a nice surround onto the Stalker. The Zealot trying to wail away at the Lings. The Reaper's up here as well, but the Militia Corps still doing damage from above. 10 Lings in production here from Destiny. The Bangling Nest just now finished. Minigun desperately trying to get those units on the field. Only as a Stalker has that Mothership Core above it. Almost has enough energy for the Photon Overcharge. So we'll have to look out for that as well. But Vibe just sending more and more Lings up.
Vibe's speedings are getting so much work done. The Reapers being chased away, but while the Reapers are chased away, the Zerglings are at work. That Spinecrawler keeping Destiny alive for now, but now they're striking for the Protoss. Zell gets surrounded. He's going to go down. Mothership Core trying to do cover fire. Photon Overcharge.
And that should be enough to shut that down for now. We really need that wall to get up here from Minigun, but the creep from Destiny is actually going to prevent that from happening.
Wall them, but they can make a joint wall. If Destiny spreads a creep, builds the Evo Chamber, pulls a Spine up, they'll be fine. But right now, they're having a hard time defending that front because all the units have to go to the back to stop this Reaper onslaught. Another horde of Speedings runs into front door.
We had
two
couple Banelings there. Vibe has to be careful, going to try to peel those things away. Photon Overcharge is still in effect. The Baneling's going to get shot by the Reapers from Druby. Great play there.
Great teamwork.
Destiny definitely needs more Banelings on the field. He has 6 more Lings in production. It's looking a little bit scary for Guns and Broaches. 3 Zealots here and a Stalker from Minigun going to try to get those Lings out of here. But Vibe and Druby doing a great job so far, continuing to just churn those units across the field.
They really have been. I mean, they need to wall in that front so the Speedians can't keep pulling off these run-bys. There goes the Spinecrawler is now in movement. It's going to head towards the front. One or two more Queens or Evo Chamber will finish that wall. And
Speed is about to finish, thankfully, for Destiny. It's been a long time coming for that upgrade.
Yeah, that'll definitely be big. Minigun's really been stuck, not able to advance his tech to the point he'd like it to. Oh, his pile in the front goes down. Reapers are now infested the main. Oh, but they might be surrounded. Speedlings from Destiny. Druby's Reapers cannot compete with the speed of those Speedlings. All those Reapers are going to be doomed, but this kind of seems similar to last game where Druby ends up kind of keeping the guys busy with his Reapers, while Vibe is cranking out drones and building up back at home.
Great target fire there from Druby throughout this, targeting down Banelings. But finally, those Reapers going to get surrounded, and we could all breathe a little bit, because we're now going to transition into the next part of this game. We'll call it the mid-game. Destiny feeling confident. He has the most resources lost here, 1437. His opponent, 34 units lost there. But, you know, it's... Where do we stand here?
2v2 is crazy, man. It's hard to tell. I feel like Druby and Vibe are a slightly better position because the Zergs are pretty even, right? Neither Zerg... actually, if anything, Vibe's ahead. He's got 3 Queens. He's got a lot of drones being produced. He's got 2 bases that are very close to saturation, whereas Destiny is a little bit behind in that work account compared to Vibe because the Reapers kept him busy for longer. So I feel like Vibe is in a better spot as Zerg goes. And comparing the Terran to Protoss, you know, Terran's on 1 base saturation, and the 1 base Terran is going to be the 1 base Protoss. And Minigun hasn't been able to get that expansion up. He's getting the Oracle, so that could be the equalizer. But Druby is starting to get he's working on developing that bio-army that can be very scary. He's getting stim, he's getting, I presume he's going to start combat shield momentarily. As soon as he can get up to medevacs, it's going to be very hard because Minigun can't really afford to get the Colossi or the Templar off a single base.
Yeah, and Destiny's still at 41 supply right now, 28 harvesters to Vibe's 50. So Destiny's definitely going to try to be equalizing that. He's got a bunch of drones in production, Lair on the way as well, but the Lair from Vibe is just now finishing. We'll have to see where he goes here. Mothership Core.
That was a very brave Mothership Core. And, oh, is it going to escape?
I think he'll get away.
Yeah, it is going to get away, but it's kind of stuck in a less useful spot of the map.
Could recall.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I mean, we'll probably just trundle back. I think it feels safe enough. A few Speedings are there to protect it, escort it as it crosses that bottom left section of the map. Meanwhile, both players scouting the corners, making sure there's no ninja expansions, and Minigun is the first player to try to take a base outside of their little tiny corner, you know, a base that's not uphill on that ramp. So the question is, Druby Vibe, are they going to launch an attack? Vibe going for the Infestation Pits, who's again going for Swarmos.
Yep.
I have a feeling that what they're going to do...
I feel like Swarmos can be really good on this map.
Oh, yeah. I mean, well, I personally feel Swarmos can be really good in every map.
That's actually a really good point.
So, I mean, Swarmos...
Were the Oracles seen, though?
I don't think
there's lots of Marines here. I think they were. Gonna back away.
Yeah, Marines pushing us back. Oh, they're gonna try to fight them.
Let's see the micro here. Minigun loses one.
I'm curious about that. Yeah, Oracles are so expensive.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can get a bunch of free Marine kills, yeah, grab it. But going head to head versus that number is a bold move. Reaper still striking around, scouting around. Vibe taking the 3rd base before Druby takes his 2nd. Of course, that was kind of the theme of the way they played last game. You know, Druby with the smaller mobile army, and Vibe being the heavy hitter, staying back and developing the powerful Infestor Swarmos combination. It makes sense for Vibe to take the extra gases because He's the one who needs that gas to get his expensive, powerful, high-tech units out into play. Minigun going for a Colossi, which of course can be useful against Swarmos, depending on the number. But Minigun has got to hold his expansion to get the gas count to really produce Colossi in a significant number.
Let's see what Destiny's going for. I mean, we see Groove Spines on the way. We got Roach Speed on the way as well. And, you know, he's been trying to continually deny these additional bases. He's been doing a good job with those, with his Speedlings. But just now, it looks like Team Root is going to be able to get those expansions down. So that's going to be pretty problematic as it continues. Because how do you really engage these bases once these Swarm hosts are in play? Unless you have, like, an overwhelming army. But it looks like they're going to try to be aggressive here. Vibe is.
It definitely looks like it. Pushing those Swarm hosts out across the map. Destiny's got this creep spread there at the middle. The locus of the Swarm hosts could use that creep to extend their speed and
Mind games
effectively
there,
their range.
by the way.
Yeah.
Destiny saying, oh, we took the top goal. Well, not saying that, but implying that. They have the other base on the middle left. So these Swarm hosts taking that valuable time to go to that location.
One Void Ray, one Observer going hunting for the Swarm host, but Vibe's so good, has already pulled those back. Vibe never leaves his Swarm host static, right? Unless they're well protected. He sends out one Locust Wave to potentially kill a base if it was there, and then gets back before too much damage is done. Meanwhile, more and more Swarm hosts being added in. Druby taking his expansion over at the gold. Druby's built up a decent power force of his own, actually. He's got a very, very scary force. And I'm a little bit afraid for Team Guns and Broaches because they don't have a very effective way to deal with the mass locust right now. I don't think.
Yeah, I mean, trades are going to happen, and the trades are not going to be in favor of Guns and Broaches. Of course, trying to retreat those expensive units, going to turn around the Roaches eventually and engage those. But again, these locusts are essentially free. He can keep just sending them across the field.
Druby just killed all the creep, but that was allowing those locusts to strike from across the entire map. Oh, but it's okay because Vibe is going to send his own creep tumors. Yeah. And then they'll division instead of the opposing team. So that's okay, as long as Vibe keeps pushing his own creep out. Locusts, again, look how on the creep they travel so fast. A Stalker goes down, a Sentry goes down, another Stalker, a Zealot, another Sentry. These are all free units. He's just getting damage done. A little potential... Another attack coming out here. The Reapers, Druby's Force, and the Queen Locust heading over on the left side. They're going to start sieging Minigun's base.
Yeah. And how do you really
but the Locusts are going to the left.
Oh, no.
Destiny's posed at the right. The Swarm
no detection there, I don't think. Oh, the Overseers, obviously.
Yeah, he's got plenty of... But Minigun wasn't there to back him up, and there was still the Bioforce. Of course, Roach Hydra has a really hard time going heads up with the Bioforce.
Yeah, absolutely. You got at this point, you got to try to take those Swarm hosts off guard as Team Minigun and Destiny,
but now the Infestors are joining the party.
Yeah, Vibe and Druby are not going to let that happen.
They really have a very good strategy in 2v2. Minigun and Destiny, though, Minigun is developing the composition that supposedly Zerg can't beat. That Void Ray Colossi composition. It's slowly getting there. Void Ray Colossi is being produced continuously from Minigun's base, and he hasn't lost any yet. And Destiny's going to Hive, and if there's one way that'll help you nab those Swarm hosts, I think Abducts would be a great way to do it if you can yank them towards your army, get them out of position. Yep. Or potentially even use Abducts against Infestors, use Blinding Cloud against Druby's Force. There's a lot of ways you could potentially use those Vipers, and I assume that's what Destiny's going for with that Hive Tech.
All right, looking at supply counts here, 151 for Vibe. We have 144 for Destiny, 106 for Druby, so actually pretty low there.
Talking about Vipers, actually, Vibe is the one. He's ahead of... He went Swarmos Infestors, and he's going to have these Vipers out in play. He has a very high-tech army. The Vipers are now starting to move out towards the middle. And Minigun's army, we talk about this Death Bowl of Colossi Void Rays, but if they get yanked into the Locusts, those Colossi will go down fast.
All right, looks like they're going to try to engage the space on the right-hand side. The Spinecrawler's trying to get up there a little bit out of position. Is Team Root going to try to back up and deal with this? The Spinecrawler's getting taken down, targeting down that hatchery. Really wants to deny this mining base. Militia Core getting taken out, which means no recall is going to be available. Let's see how Vibe decides to respond. Sending for the Infestors, looking for those Fungals. The Vipers are here as well, looking for the pulls, looking for the Abducts on those expensive units. But it looks like Team Gab is just gonna back away from that point. Mission accomplished there, taking out that hatchery.
Yeah, a great move there. The Swarmos were on the left side sieging that Nexus over there, and they weren't there to defend the right side base, so Vibe loses that. And then, of course, Guns and Broaches is going to back up retreat.
There's no defending this, though. Miniguns Nexus is going to fall. A lot of probes, too, at the very least. Druby taking his opponents off guard there, and he's just going to back away. So there we see another poke and another pull back.
Oh,
However,
is he going to make it back?
Oh, he's going to try to get a fungal onto the Colossus, onto this Death Ball. The Colossus getting pulled in there, taken down by the Queens. The Locusts are there as well. The Bio trying to retreat as fast as possible. Roaches and Hydras trying to make an engagement out of it, but it looks like we are going to have a fairly large engagement here. Vikings trying to target down the Void Rays and the Colossus. One Swarm Host getting caught off by the Swarm Host.
They were just about to run into the whole army.
Backing away, burrowing, going to deploy those Locusts, and there's the fungal onto the Protoss Zerg army of Minigun and Destiny.
Force.
There's a blinding cloud as well, and it's going to get swept away. And Destiny Minigun going to be forced to retreat here. But how do you retreat from such a scary army as this?
This army,
Look
like
at all those Storm Hosts, man.
this army of vibes just will not be denied, and the weakness in mobility, but that's where Druby's pure Bioforce really picks up the slack there. Now it's over here striking the top. Destiny has a few too many units there. Druby needs to heal these guys up, but another Locust Wave coming in. That Nexus that Minigun is trying to rebuild is not going to last very long. And Destiny, with amazing scouting at the top right, has spotted another expansion attempt by Minigun, but the Locusts aren't actually... Oh, he didn't micro them. He didn't focus the Nexus. They all got glitched because they were trying to attack the cannon, and they all just walked into each other.
Well,
so that Nexus is actually going to survive there. A little bit of a misstep by Vibe on the control. And that could come back to haunt them if that base gets up and operational.
all right, it looks like Team Guns and Broach is trying to figure out a way to deal with this ridiculous composition from Team Root.
Oh,
Look at all those Locusts.
Destiny's base is next on the chopping block. The Colossi trying to take him down. The Vipers are here. Abducting the Voider. I think he meant to hit a Colossi as he had no answer. He yanks it back. Look at that. Destiny's saying to come back over here to the side of the good ones. Ducks going both ways. They're yanking in Vikings.
Oh, that's actually pretty awesome to watch. Of course, big engagement going to happen here. Fungal's going down onto the Roaches and Hydras. Blinding Cloud as well, rendering them pretty much useless there as it decreases their range quite a bit.
Flank from the side. They don't last very long though. Absolutely. Oh, there goes the Abducts on the Colossi. Going down instantly, and another massive wave of Locusts. The Queens are tanking so well with transfusions, allowing the rest of the army to get the damage done. Meanwhile, actually, here's been a massive drop by Druby in the main. I totally missed that.
Yeah, this is...
I mean, that's game.
We're approaching a point where...
it's too much.
Like, what kind of response can even be made to such a composition as this?
Well, two Queens walking to their death there, so that's a small victory, right? You gotta take a victory where you can get it. Actually, other Queens... Roaches Hydras flanking from the back.
Okay.
Not wanting to get too close to the Swarmo support. Meanwhile, Druby dropping a top ace, taking that out as well. Minigun saying, sup. I'm trying to figure out what's he referring to, because...
I think he must have killed something.
Yeah, must have killed. Oh, you know, Minigun has that base on left side, but he's really unable to... I mean, he's got like 5 probes mined there, so not doing too well.
I don't even know what he said there. All right, guys. Root taking game number 2, and they've extended their streak to 2. Unfortunately for Team Destiny and Minigun, Team Guns and Broaches, they were not able to take that down. Of course, if time permits, we'll be able to have them back a little bit later. But another great game produced here in this 2v2 King of the Hill series.
Yeah. I feel Vibe and Druby have a really good thing going.
Yeah.
Like, they clearly... They work together so well. Every time they're always covering each other. Druby's covering the mobility front. Vibe's covering the, like, if it comes to a big battle, Swarmos beat everything front, right? And stuff like the Queen. He makes a lot of Queens, and he uses them very well in the battle. So excellent play by them. Who can stop them?
That is the question. Of course, if you are watching this and you're a pro player, we're kind of hanging out at channel MLG on the North American server. So looking for... someone who thinks they can beat Druby and Vibe, you better be good, because these guys, they're not taking no for an answer. Team Root, 2 wins in a row so far in this King of the Hill. We'll be back with game number 3 after a quick break.